Hi everyone and welcome back to the art room. Today we're going to make a special gift for Father's Day or Special Guys Day. And first of all you're going to need the following materials. So you're going to need some yellow paint, some orange paint, some paper, some markers, probably a paintbrush and plenty of towels and so forth to dry your feet. So I've just come straight from the bathroom where I have printed my foot onto yellow paint. So what I did, and there's a couple of ways you can do this, families, is excuse me, is you can put your child's foot straight on a shallow tray with yellow paint spread out, and you put your child's foot down and then stamp it next door onto a piece of paper. Or you can paint your child's foot with the yellow paint, which is exactly what I did in the bathroom, and then I pressed down onto my paper my yellowed foot, and then all I simply did was wash my foot out in the bath. So pretty okay. Probably an outdoor activity, or if you've got like a laundry or a bathroom that you can kind of corral everything in the wet area, that'd be fantastic. So we've now got our yellow print, and it's a yellow print for a reason, a yellow footprint for a reason, because we're creating a Father's Day lion footprint gift for him. So the other things you'll need are orange paint, and remember, red and yellow, our primary colours, makes orange. So you can talk to your child about mixing colours if you don't have a tub of orange paint. We'll also need a cereal box, empty cereal box, and you'll see here that all I've done is painted it white, and I've also cut out a frame, and to make it a bit stronger I've kept one end of my cardboard and just simply folded it over and then stuck it to the back, and I've painted it white. Now I'll give this an extra coat of white paint, and then to decorate what will become the frame for our lion footprint. But you can, white's good as a base colour, because then you can put any other colour that the child likes, or dad's favourite colours. You could drip some paint on it. You could use cellophane and so forth to jazz it up, or it can remain white or a pale colour as a backdrop for your frame. So this is going to be the frame, and as I said, as you can see, all I've done is cut a window out of the cereal box. I've taped up the ends, and I've made sure the cereal is empty. So lots of cereal eating between now and Father's Day. Okay, so excuse me. So you'll need the cereal box, and it doesn't actually matter what size, as long as your child's foot can sit within the frame. All right. Okay. So I think we've got all our materials. As I said, I've just come from the bathroom. I've just wiped my foot clean, and this is the result. A little bit pale for you to see. Tried to get a little bit closer for everyone. And excuse me. All I'm going to do is add on, one moment, add on a yellow tail. I've got my yellow paint, and just going to draw or paint with my paintbrush the yellow tail onto. Okay, all right. So, right. So I'm just going to come out with this and bring it around here, and then do something like that. Okay? And I'm not going too big. I was just looking at my cereal box then, and just added on a little, like a turned around S. Alright, so that's the tail, the lion's tail. Also, if you've got the paints out today, on my other side, I've just got a nice big sheet of paper. I could only find yellow at home, but you might prefer white or any other. Even the reverse side of some wrapping paper is a really good idea. Quite often it's a lovely sort of brown, like butcher's paper or craft paper side to it, or white side to gift paper, so you can actually use the gift paper in reverse and decorate. And all I've used here is leftover paint from a project and some stamps. So I've got some plastic, these are cookie cutters, but they make really good stamps as well to do some printing. But you can use vegetation as well to paint around. What else did I use? I used lots of things. Here we are. I used lots of things. I used some animal prints as well, and some sponges and some foam I found lying around. I used some seed pods and also some vegetation. So that was very simply done, very effective. And if the paper is large enough to wrap our gift in, then it's large enough to wrap the cereal box frame in, then Dad's got a really lovely surprise coming. Or a special guy. I understand some of us don't have dads, and some of us have uncles, or maybe a grandfather, or maybe a really special neighbour who happens to be a man, and you could surprise them on this special day that's coming up. So now what we're going to do is I'm choosing to use my black pen before I put my orange paint on, and I'll tell you why. Because for me to go back and do some drawing of whiskers and a little lion's face after I've put the mane on in orange, I'll probably smudge it. So perhaps we do it in this order. So now what I'm going to do is create, and my paint is nearly dry, so you may have to do this in a couple of goes. That'll be fine if you do, no worries. So now I'm going to draw my little face on. Now I've used like a crepe paper, which is a little bit wet, but that's okay. Try it with this hand, see if that's any better. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to draw my whiskers. Probably if you're using cartridge paper or paper that we normally use on a printer, that might be really good too. All right, so maybe when the lion's face, the lion's yellow body dries completely, I might go over it again with my black texture. All right, so now to add the orange paint, I'm just going to use a little brush. You could do some finger painting with the kids. That'd be nice for them to do, to add some dots. Maybe we'll try that at home. And I'm just going to add some around my lion's face. That's looking kind of cute. So you can see why I suggested doing the pen work first, but it's up to you. You could let your line dry completely and then come back to it, depending on how your child's feeling at the time. Okay, and then there's one more, and that goes right on the tip of his tail. And there you have it, a dear little lion footprint for Father's Day. Don't forget to write the date and the year on the back of the cereal box, because it's amazing how quickly as parents we forget. When our child's all grown up, they may ask, when did I do that? And you'll kick yourself for not writing the date on it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is cut around my lion, but leaving maybe, up to 1 centimetre of white around it. I'll turn this around, just so there's a nice little border happening too. Now ideally we would do this when the lion is dry, completely dry, and mine is a little bit wet, but that's okay. And you can choose to go right around the tail or just a very simplified shape, following. Alright, so now we've got a nice little lion shape cut out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it within my frame, and I'll do this when it's a bit drier. Whoops, because it's starting to collapse in there. I'll just turn it round so people can get the idea of a nice little lion print within our frame, and that'll look really nice because the cereal box is self-supporting, and so it'll stick up. You can stand it on a mantelpiece or coffee table beside Dad's bed, on his bedside table, or special neighbour or a granddad or an uncle, or and so forth. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll also upload the completed picture onto this week's Arts PowerPoint. All right? Okay, have a lovely Father's Day or Special Guys Day, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Bye.